Hello, this is Group 17's project presentation on how The Brady Bunch and Modern Family were two popular television shows that helped define America through media. To begin, I'd like to start with a brief history of The Brady Bunch. The show was created by Sherwood Schwartz, who was inspired by a surprisingly high divorce rate of 31% and an increase of parents having children from previous marriages. The Bradys were a blended family, a father with 3 sons, and a mother with 3 daughters. The show created an escapist environment for viewers to distract them from important, turbulent events that were happening at the time, such as the Vietnam War, the Civil Rights Movement, and the Watergate scandal. Because the Brady Bunch was created in such a tumultuous period, this show helped to soften the hardships that were going on at the time. The show did so by utilizing comedy, innocence, and the love and bond of family to create a breath of fresh air for viewers. The show did not dive into societal issues whatsoever, avoiding economic, political, racial, or gender controversies. With the show depictions so far from reality, it was not an entirely realistic portrayal of the times. The cast was primarily white and was indicative of traditional family roles, but as we all know, this is not the case for many families. Many social issues in the 1970s were not addressed in the show. Robert Reed, the actor who played Mike Brady, strayed far from his character in real life. He was a gay man who struggled to hide his sexuality, fearing it would jeopardize his career. This sadly led him to lead a very unfulfilled and inauthentic life. However, despite these inaccurate depictions, the show's ability for young viewers to find representation in the Brady children, alleviate societal stressors, and bring laughter into the homes of many Americans contributed to its success as being a cultural icon of its time. Modern Family, written by Christopher Lloyd, Stephen Levitan, and Valley Chandrasekaran, aired much later in 2009 and ran for 11 seasons. Through the evolution of television representation, Modern Family had the ability to depict social, generational, and cultural topics that would be more widely accepted. The show addressed a number of different issues that were relevant and which needed to be spoken about because society was finally ready to listen. The blended Pritchett-Dunphy-Tucker family depicted a messy, complicated, yet loving family and allowed viewers to see that their flawed families are nothing to be ashamed about. They're perfect in their own way. The purpose was to address more common issues that every household faces and can relate to, rather than depict the so-called best version of a family. Other than the show being extremely relatable, Modern Family addressed many societal factors, such as cultural, generational, and social gaps. Showing interracial couples on TV is a more modern concept. It was crucial for Modern Family to depict this side of society, since interracial couples are much more common than they used to be. This cultural gap was shown with the characters Jay and Gloria. Jay is the white father of Claire Dunphy and Mitchell Pritchett, and his wife, Gloria, is a young Colombian woman. In the show, there were times where Jay had trouble relating to or understanding Gloria and her traditions, which is something that is realistic for many interracial couples. The cultural gap depicted is much more representative of modern-day America. One of the largest and most influential aspects of Modern Family is the social gap with Mitchell and Cameron. This is one of the first times a popular TV show has depicted a gay couple, and this aspect brought a lot of attention to the show. The couple adopted their Vietnamese daughter, Lily, and the show highlighted the adoption process and realistic issues in that area. Moreover, after gay marriage was legalized in the US, the show addressed that immediately, being one of the first shows to have a gay marriage on screen. Lastly, Modern Family showed a realistic factor of being gay when the creators wrote it so that Jay did not originally approve of the fact that his son was gay, but learned to embrace it in the end because ultimately he is his son. All 3 of these factors allow the show to represent a portion of its audience. This is appealing to many, and the fact that the show accurately represented such new and large issues was inspiring and influential to its viewers. Modern Family also addressed generational gaps, mainly between parents and children. Most of the gap, which is realistic since most parents and children have such issues. The show emphasizes that there's not one typical age gap. All of the relationships have common issues, especially with understanding one another. This is something that every family can relate to, which is a large reason the show appeals to many. Each show was needed at the time it was aired, which is made evident through their levels of success. Although The Brady Bunch may not have been an entirely accurate portrayal of society at the time, it gave viewers what they needed during a difficult period of time: optimism, laughter, and joy. As society became more accepting of diversity, the media followed suit, which can be seen in Modern Family. The show addressed a number of different issues that were relevant and which needed to be spoken about because society was finally ready to listen. Shows are written for their audience, and the creators of both of these shows clearly understood their audiences and what was needed and necessary at the time. While the shows were incredibly different from each other, they have one major commonality: the creation of comfort and happiness for their viewers. These are all of the sources that we used for our project, and thank you so much for your time and listening to our findings. I hope you have a great rest of your day.